Recording in
भवतु सहनौ पुनत्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामय, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखात् भाग् भवेत्. We pray for the happiness and peace of one and all. May everyone be comfortable and happy at all levels of the personality: material, physical, emotional, intellectual. Spiritually, may we see that which is holy and sacred. May there be no suffering anywhere. Om Shanti Shanti. We'll chant the last verse of chapter 8. 28th verse.
वेदेषु यज्ञेषु तपस्सु चैव दानेषु यत् पुण्यफलम् प्रदिष्टम् अत्येति तत्सर्वमिदम् विदित्वा योगी परम् स्थानमुपैति चाद्यम्।
वेदेषु तपस्सु।
Does anyone have any question? Gita, you are able to hear me? In case you have any question, you can raise your hand, no problem. It takes a few classes to get into the flow of the verses, but keep listening. Every class you will have some food for thought, some higher values to listen to. Yeah? Yeah. So in this chapter, the different types of spiritual journey he talks about. In the different types of spiritual journey, meaning it's not what we do in life that matters, but how we do it. More than the activity, it is the way we do it, the mode of activity that matters. The same action can be done with a self-centered, egoistic attitude. The same action can be done with an unselfish attitude. How can I be of some service to others? You're thinking of the welfare of others. The same action can be done selflessly, which is difficult, which is our goal, which is the target. When we are functioning selfishly with the egocentric attitude, we tend to gather more and more vasanas. It ultimately leads to a lot of agitation, stress and strain of life. The joy of life, happiness comes, protection from the divine comes when we start functioning unselfishly. So an unselfish, you are using your body, mind, intellect, your actions, your feelings and thoughts for the welfare of others. So slowly your thinking shifts from yourself to others. And that is the secret of happiness. When you enjoy seeing others happy, unselfishness. But there is a ego involved in it. I am helping others. Finally, when we are able to drop that ego, Medha, you raised your hand? Go ahead.
So actually, I think you were just about to answer my question, which is the journey from selfishness to selflessness has unselfishness in the middle of it. So how do we understand it when our actions become unselfish or they are becoming unselfish? Then where are we in the journey?
Sorry, repeat that. How do we understand?
How
One is
do
you're
we
saying
understand?
how do we move from selfishness to selflessness? The other one?
No, I was saying that unselfishness sits in the middle of that, right? So when our actions become unselfish, are we still collecting vasanas? Then how do we understand it?
Yeah, in the sense, in the lowest, when we are selfish and egocentric, the thought is on my body, mind, intellect. It's on me. So therefore, I'm collecting a lot of vasanas. I'm all the time thinking of the world for my welfare, my personal welfare. In that also, there could be two categories. One is I'm harming the world. I don't care about people. I go to office and I don't do the work and I take my salary. That is adharmic. The other is the normal selfishness, as you may call it. It's not adharmic. I go to a office and I'm going to the office for my salary. Nothing, it's not adharmic, but again, it's self-centered. So when adharmic, so there will be what you call that, the consequences could be suffering. What you try to take from the world without paying the price for it, it will not remain. That's a law of life. The divine ensures the laws of life are functioning with mathematical precision. So if you are adharmic, we are bound to attract suffering. In selfishness, you will get whatever you're seeking. In the ninth chapter, there's a topic. You gain what you seek. You are seeking your salary, you will gain the salary. But then, since the thought is on worldly things, we are full of worldly desires. Now, the ultimate goal on the spiritual path is to stop thinking about yourself, that is, putting in a negative way. Positive way is to only think of the divine. Your mind is full of the thought of the divine. As you think, so you become. You slowly merge with the divine. You experience the infinite peace and bliss. Selfishness, too much thought on oneself. Bus up, bus up, bus up, bus up. What happens to me? In the divine person, there is no thought of bus up. He is just using his personality. He sees the self everywhere. He identifies with the self everywhere. He embraces one and all with love and affection, and whatever is in his capacity, he does it. So there is no thought of oneself. There is only thought of the divine. I am just an instrument in the hands of the divine. So in between, what happens? You can't straight away from me, jump to the thought of God. The practical approach is step by step. So you start thinking of the others. That's why unselfishness is recommended. You start thinking of the others. There is satisfaction. I have helped others. Through my knowledge and through my time and effort, all the class members are getting benefit. I feel a great sense of satisfaction that I have been of some service to others. There is a desire. The desire, let's say, is increasing at a slower pace. You're not you're not accelerating towards worldliness. You're not slowing down, as it were. And because the desires are now higher, it's for the welfare of the society, the lower desires will fall away. So it is slightly complex. If it is a mind-led action that I want to do good to others, there will be some desires. But because the desire is higher, your lower desires will fall away. You're not feeding thoughts towards yourself too much. So your lower desires will follow. You are deriving happiness from a subtler realm. Then you slowly slip into selflessness. Don't make it a desire to help others. It is my duty, an obligatory duty to contribute to the world. You have to just sit down and think. We say this is another starting point. There are many baby steps. Whenever it comes up, I'll tell you. One of the basic baby steps on the spiritual journey is just to be aware how much we are receiving. This morning I was going through a story where this person wanted to end his life because he felt he has nothing. So a philosopher came and said, "You really think you are nothing? You have nothing?" He said, "I don't have anything. I don't want to live anymore." He says, "If I prove it to you that you have a lot, will you not end your life?" He said, "Okay." He said, "Okay, give me some time." He comes back to him and says that the king is ready to give you a fortune. So that young person said, okay, fine. But then there is a condition, you have to give him something in return. So that I don't have anything. That's the time. That's why I want to end my life. I don't have anything. It's okay. Let's go. We'll see what the king wants to exchange. And you give him something, whatever you have, and the king will give you a fortune. The king started. I didn't finish the story. The king started. I'll give you 25 lakhs. Can you give something to me in return? The boy said, what? Give me one eye. I'll give you 50 lakhs. Give me two eyes. I'll give you 75 lakh. Give me one leg. So even when we don't have anything, maybe we have the body, we are able to see. I complained I had no shoes until I met a man who had no legs. It is just thinking. It is just clarity of thought. You sit down with yourself and you start writing down all the things that are not working in your life or not there. It will be a long list, maybe endless list. But if you start writing down all the things that you have, doesn't matter, I think, whichever part of the world you live, you just go for a walk and you look at people around. Would you like to exchange your place with that person? There would be hundreds, if not thousands, who are less than our level. Some are lying in the street, some don't have food, some don't have education. So it is just an angle of vision that be grateful for what you have, and the contribution that we are receiving from others is incredible. Can we go to the farm and start doing farming for our food? There is a whole system in place. Farmers, retailers, wholesalers, retailers. Without the fire, the food cannot cook. Without the fire inside, the 15th chapter of the Gita says, without hunger, you cannot eat. Some people don't have appetite. Best of food is there. They don't have the hunger to eat. Swamiji went through his period of, I think, 2021. 10 months he lost. 21 means 5 years ago, when he was 95. At 95, it's not easy to develop muscles. Because he had no appetite, he lost 10 kgs, which was a very, very significant loss because he just couldn't eat. He never spoke about it, but he says seeing food, he used to feel like, sort of nauseous. And then when the heart thing there was a clip put and then he was able to eat. Next day, he was able to eat. We were so happy to see him eat properly. So we take it for granted that I have hunger. So gratitude towards nature, starting from rain, river, fire, space, oxygen, trees, earth producing vegetation. You have to do your own thinking. Just look around. Electricity is there. Open the tap, water is there. You have a family, you have education, you have. So if you fill your mind with all the things that you have and develop a sense of gratitude, your mind, there'll be no complaints. Your mind is content. Out of that gratitude, if there is a whole system taking care of us, it really hit me hard when I first thought about it. There are some people whose whole lifetime they are building roads, dust, hot sun, and we complain road theek nahi hai. Without that road, we cannot travel anywhere. Here, there's some construction going on, and of course, I'm wearing uniform and I'm sensitive to dust. So I was quickly running, but I'm thinking, as I'm running, I'm thinking the workers are making that place. No, without that, how will the hotel building come up? So just an awareness that we have to be grateful for that's the whole system functioning. Therefore, food is on the table. If everybody was CEO, who will be the security guard? Who will be the bathroom sweeper? Who will be the, what you call? Somebody said, the most of the jobs on which we experience sort of the comfort of life, maybe a liftman, maybe a driver, maybe a shopkeeper. Without their contribution, our lives will be miserable, but we don't want that job for ourselves or for our near and dear ones. There was a lot of food for thought. So out of that gratitude, let me be of some service to others. That is unselfishness. And then you drop the ego. So it's my duty to be unselfish. So it's intellect. Intellect means thoughts are reducing. This is my duty and obligation. This is what I ought to do. And then just function like nature. Cloud gives rain, river flows, the trees give oxygen, fruits. Similarly, whatever is your swadharma, whatever is your talent, you offer it to the best of your ability. I am just an instrument in the hands of the divine. Next level, I am doing it for moksha. I am doing it to understand the meaning and purpose of life. What is spiritual enlightenment? The goal of spiritual enlightenment, the desire for self-realization, it will take away all other desires. Now, given the example of Kataka nut powder. Kataka nut powder, when the water is dirty, in the good old days, in the villages, they will spray Kataka nut powder. It's a powder. That powder forms a... So the water is already dirty. You are putting more dirt, Kataka nut powder. But the Kataka nut powder forms a slimy surface. And when it forms a slimy surface, sticky surface, the dirt starts sticking. As the dirt starts sticking, it sort of becomes heavy and settles down. As it becomes lower, there's more dirt. It's in the well, maybe, or whatever water body. As it sinks down, more dirt collects. It becomes more heavy, sinks down, sinks down, sinks down. When it sinks down to the bottom of the well, there it leaves clear water above. So the higher desires, as the quality of desires improve, we become more peaceful. The lower desires drop away. Desires sustain themselves because of thought flow. We feed it. Why do we feed it? Why do we feed any particular thought? Medha, why do we feed? Why do we?
Vasana? Because
Sorry?
of Vasana? Because of Vasanas?
Because of Vasanas, your thoughts are arising. So present Vasanas is because of your past thought flows. Okay, I get a thought and I am encouraging that thought. Why do I encourage my thoughts in a particular direction? Where are
Because I have
our
a
thoughts?
desire.
Desire? But why is that desire? Why is our desire going in a particular direction?
Because we are feeding it. It starts with a trickle.
So that's what. Why are you feeding it in a particular direction? Okay, the past desire is there and I'm still feeding it. Why? Sarita? Huh?
We think we'll be happy if that desire is fulfilled.
Correct. Very good. Any desire is with that hope that if I fulfill this, I will be happy. I'll find happiness. We have a intrinsic sense of void, sense of incompleteness within. My thoughts are going into the world with that fond hope that I'll fulfill that void. But I'm saying, why in that particular direction? Let's say my direction is on car or money or family. Why is it in a particular direction? Why is that direction making you believe that I'll fulfill if I get that family, or if I get that, if I have the companionship of that person, or I get money, if I get name, fame, if I get power? Why in that particular direction? Why not in other direction? You're thinking of power, I am thinking of family. Why are you going after power? You may say desire, but I'm saying, why is it? Because you have a 5-letter word. Okay, what?
Karma.
Karma. You were thinking only of 5-letter word, Sarita. No, I mean, karma. Okay.
Gunas?
Huh? Gunas. All 5-letter word you are going for.
You gave the
So,
hint.
when do we start crying?
When we want something.
And you don't get it. Why do you
Yeah.
want that? Okay.
With the hope that makes us happy.
Okay. Like I have a toy car. It breaks. Will I cry? But if my real car gets scratched, I might start crying. Why? Because I have a value for it.
Yeah.
I treasure it. I have a value for it. Your thoughts will go in whatever direction you have a value for it. I feel that if I have that money, I'll be happy. So what are we doing in the Bhagavad Gita? We are learning higher values of life. Where is the real value of life? The highest value of life, which is the next chapter. The royal knowledge, the royal secret, is the supreme self within. When you have a value for the self, you will be less, your thoughts will flow less to the world. This is at the absolute level. Your thoughts will flow in that direction. Of course, your past vasanas. If your vasanas is there, very strong, it will flow. But if you've understood it's not worth it, you will try to slow down or change the direction of your thoughts. Your values is still there, so you're still continuing with your vasanas. But the intellect understands, oh my God, this is a waste of time. Ultimately, it will give me nothing. My God. Jitu, you have been here. Jitu was here last few days back. Even yesterday asked, sir, you must be bored with five-star food. Literally, I can't conceive the Taj giving a buffet and I'm just walking away without eating. Now, after 10, 15 meals, it says, it's so a little bit of experience helps. What is it? The same thing. So knowledge plus experience. That's the beauty of what the sages conceived. Brahmacharya, you gain the knowledge, and Grahastha Ashrama, you experience life to understand, yes, all the happiness in the world will not give me that ultimate happiness within. So that combination of, that you have to go through experience all the time. But experience is a powerful teacher. When there's a saying, when life really hits you, I didn't understand what this life hitting you. When something really big happens in life, a big tragedy happens in life, that's when you really understand how strong is your wisdom, how unshakable you are, or how much it affects you. And don't be harsh on yourself. Don't make a superficial assessment of yourself. I know a lady once lost his temper and he thought, oh, Vedanta doesn't work. Now, it's very, very difficult to exactly pinpoint where you are on the spiritual journey. Before you have this knowledge, you would be getting agitated very, very intensely for a long period of time. The intensity is a lot, the ups and downs is a lot, and you're agitated by one thing you're thinking about for a week. But if you genuinely understand the knowledge, you will find that instead of a 1 week, you're able to bounce back within 3 days. But now you don't remember that earlier you were affected by 1 week. Now it's 3 days. That memory is not there. What you're focusing on, oh, I'm still agitated. No, that 3 days will suddenly become 3 hours. Then it will become 3 minutes. It's not like somebody insults you, don't react. But what am I getting bothered about? That's his problem. So the intensity and the frequency and the duration and how fast you recover to a state of balance, it keeps improving. But it's so subtle that we don't realize that how much better we have become. So don't judge yourself when you suddenly find yourself agitated. See how quickly you're able to bounce back. Just giving a personal example, when there was a family who when there was something happened at the family level, one family against another family. So when I knew that one family has kind of done wrong to my family, particularly when I'm jogging. When you're jogging, suddenly you get a lot of energy and all that. Within 5 minutes in my head, I have not gone to their house and fought and in my head, not actually broken up their car and broken up their furniture. And then see, if I didn't have the knowledge, the anger builds up, maybe I'll actually go and do something. They started something and now I'm inside the jail. That's what happens. You lose your anger. But then within that 5 minutes, the moment so intellect was not there, I allowed my emotions to go very high. And then suddenly I realized, what am I doing? Adveshta, whatever I sell in class, thank God I take classes. Adveshta sarva bhutanam. How can you hate anybody? If they have done wrong, God will take care. If they have not done wrong, it's stupidity on my part to hate them. So I have to leave them alone. And then, what is that? Next one, the invocation. Let them also be happy. Genuinely, let them also be happy. Let them get what they deserve. Why am I supposed to spoil my purity of mind by wishing ill for others? So 5 minutes, the anger came up, but the next 5 minutes, the anger went away. Now they are my best friends. I mean, mentally, all thing is mental, In the science is taking care of the external world. Vedanta takes care of the inner world of your thoughts. My God, what a world it is. You're all the time living with your own mind. You alone know what you're thinking. If your thoughts are pessimistic, as you think, so you become pessimistic. If your thoughts are despondent, you become despondent. If your thoughts are happy and cheerful, you come out as a cheerful and happy person. If your thoughts are optimistic, spiritual, you become spiritual. As you think, so you become. And intellect is the only thing that can help you observe what's happening in your mind and take charge of it. You say, keep the mind in your grip. What is that? You can't hold it with the grip now. It's just the action. You hold your mind with your intellect. And when you study higher divine values of life, it gives you a powerful sort of, it's a powerful, like a recharge or a boost, scriptures, study of the scriptures, discussing, talking about it, studying it, not too much. It's like I can't be running whole day. I run whatever, half an hour, you exercise half an hour. Similarly for the mind and intellect, that early morning, give it some positive thoughts. As your values change, the mind itself drops its fascination or attraction for the lower. Now it's inspired for something higher. That's the battle. What is the Mahabharata? Pandavas versus Kauravas. Our higher spiritual aspirations versus the lower materialistic sensual tendencies. Now, what you are feeding, what do you have a value for it? If you have not tasted spiritual joy, if you study in the morning and you feel, wow, so peaceful, then you will study more. If you never studied it or you study it, what is it? Sir keeps on telling study. Sir has nothing else to do. If you study, if you don't feel the joy of morning study, you will give it up. You start with forcing yourself, it's like poison, but then you have to start enjoying the exercise, enjoying the yoga, enjoying eating the right type of food, enjoying discipline, and then you will feel a subtler joy. Once you experience the subtler joy, you will not want to spend time in the lower. You're living in the slums, in unhygienic condition, and then for some reason you stay in a very, very, you suddenly experience a cleanliness and proper hygiene and good things. Once you taste this, will you want to go and spend time that you would want to correct it? You want to quickly come out of it. So the scriptures are showing, they're giving the mind an image that you can be happy no matter what you're going through. The higher values of life. So the moment the values change, the thoughts will change. It's internal. The other is you forcing your body to change when the mind still has a value for the lower. That will not work in the long term. It's a short-term gimmick. Vedanta is slow, but it is attacking at the root. Change your values itself. Rise from physical to emotional to intellectual to finally spiritual. 28th verse, which is the last verse of chapter 8. It's one of the shortest chapter. So I was saying selfless. So it doesn't matter what you do in life. It does matter. Do something you're passionate about, something you really like. Swadharma activity. And then you can be doing Swadharma activity very, very selfishly. You can be a lawyer or a doctor or engineer just for your name, fame, power, position, money. You can be a doctor or lawyer or a teacher or a computer engineer. How can I serve others? Or I'm just an instrument. This is what I ought to do. Let me do it because already I'm receiving so much. Impossible. Can you repay your oxygen bill? Can you repay your water bill? Can you repay? Your heart is beating for. Yesterday night, I was taking a Bengali class, and one uncle was my friend's father. He was attending 80 years. 80 years is nothing, right? But for 80 years, one organ is beating constantly. It doesn't stop for a minute. What a sophisticated organ. And we have thousands of like that in the body. How is the brain functioning all the time? How is it not happening that I wake up and my brain stops functioning? It happens. Unfortunately, it happens. But it's not happened for us. The heart is beating, the liver is doing. I don't even know. I don't even the existence of whatever pancreas. That story yesterday I shared on the group. I didn't come to understand only what is the problem that the girl had, but it seemed like a snake attacking the brain or something like that. Like almost not a snake, but like some artery must have swollen up and attacked. Now it's not happening to us. We are blissfully unaware. If it is happening, you're not aware of it. Sometimes silent killer is, the kidney knows what to do. There is. I remember a friend's father passed away. He had gone to this happened in South Africa. He went to a, what you call, a black area to give charity. But those people are on drugs and alcohol. They wanted to, it's called mug him means rob him. And he tried to protest. And that guy didn't want to kill him, but just the knife cut an artery in his thigh. And that artery cuts, you will bleed to death within few minutes. One artery getting cut. We don't even know the existence of all these things. The ankle, the knee is supporting you, the ankle is supporting you. I'm getting inspired, the spine, the hotel man, the food and beverage manager here, he's having back pain. First the disc, whatever, something happens to the disc, then the disc starts bulging, and then there is a slip disc. If you are in slip disc, you're bedridden. Physio after physio after physio. I mean, hours and hours of physio. I want to sit straight now. So the spine is serving you, the rib cage is serving you, the hair is serving you. When you fall, you'll not get hurt. Everything is designed. The hair in the nostril is ensuring the dust and particles are not going inside. Everything is so meticulously designed. The most sophisticated body we have, and we are blissfully unaware. Gratitude. I mean, so if you start genuinely feeling, my God, at least I'm able to see, I'm able to function without pain. I have some energy. Some people don't have energy. Sir, I'm fatigued. Swami used to give this classic joke. He used to give this many years. I mean, when I started listening to Swamiji, this was the joke he used to always crack. Sir, I don't have energy. I want to retire. Retire. I don't have energy. Die. I don't have energy to live. Die. I don't have energy to die. The energy comes when you are inspired to do something for others. When it's only selfish, slowly you generally start looking for weekends and vacation, but you're genuinely inspired to do something for others, then the energy really expands. The mental stamina comes when you're working for others. It's difficult, but once you get into it, extraordinary work people put in. Politicians who are genuinely working for the society. Some of the politicians at even the 80s, they are very sharp. So, selfishness, you will want to retire. Retire means what? After a while, you get bored. That is not the way to happiness. You can be still and do nothing when you don't have vasanas. But when you have vasanas and you sit still, you will get monotonous. You will get fed up of not being able to do anything. So get into the selfless mode. Now the different parts, I do just desire-ridden activities. I go to Brahmaloka, which could be 4.32 billion years, and then I come back to earth. I do selfish, adharmic activities. I go to hell. I suffer. Suffering gets over. I come back to earth. Direct liberation, which is called Kaivalya Mukti. I am not interested in anything temporary. I'm not interested. It's theoretical, but you have to encourage your mind. I'm not interested in anything temporary. I'm not interested in anything finite. I want to know the ultimate truth. So whatever you do it with the goal of self-realization. Now that's a very, very high caliber seeker. So we say you keep doing good for others as selflessly as possible and understand why do we need enlightenment? We need absolute, permanent, everlasting happiness. Till then, we will not be rest content. We are all like a river seeking the ocean of bliss. So seek the self. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. How to seek the self? Verse 28 is saying. It says, okay, let's just chant it one more time. Follow the first three words.
वेदेषु यज्ञेषु तपस्सु चैव दानेषु यत् पुण्यफलं प्रदिष्टम् अत्येति तत्सर्वमिदं विदित्वा योगी परं स्थानमुपैति चाद्यम्.
These three words, Yagneshu, Tapashu, Daneshu, Yagnya, Dana, Tapa. Later on in the Gita, probably in the 17th chapter, he says, whatever you do, Arjuna, don't give up Yagnya, Dana, Tapa. There are many, lots of formulas are given to us in the scriptures to raise ourselves and become a better human being and become more peaceful, more dynamic. go towards the self. Yajna, dana, tapa is a very, very useful formula. Yajna, dana, tapa. Yajna, dana, tapa. Remember it? It says, whatever meritorious fruit is assigned to to Vedas, sacrifice, yajna, tapa, austerity, and also to gifts, dana, the yogi rises above all this by having known this and goes to the supreme primeval abode. Supreme primeval abode. Primeval means the very first, the very origin of everything. Primeval, very first. Supreme means the best, the highest, the most blissful. Abode is where we belong. So supreme primeval abode is the ultimate state of truth, enlightenment, self-realization, God realization. Yogi, one who is doing yoga, yoga is union with the self. So the yogi's ultimate goal is to reach the goal of enlightenment, reach that supreme primeval abode. He does this by rising above yajna dana tapa. So first you practice yajna dana tapa. Yajna dana tapa by itself is only for chitta shuddhi, for self-purification. If you just do yajna dana tapa, you will gain all meritorious fruits. You will attract peace and happiness, which is what we want. So the royal secret is coming in the next chapter. Probably some of you already know it. But the royal secret is that you should watch. As I am talking, no thoughts come. Now I say, should I say it? Okay, might as well say it. The royal secret is that you should watch the movie Shawshank Redemption. How many of you watched it? It is one of the, I think it's on the top 5 all-time great movies. Shawshank Redemption. Don't learn the language, all American language. I have, Sarita, very good. Jyotiji have watched Shawshank Redemption?
No, sir.
So then you have to watch it with your daughter and Bruce. Ullas, you have watched Ullas Chan?
Not yet.
Arey, Ullas,
Hmm.
I can't call you my student then. No, you have to watch it.
Okay.
I can't watch it. We can't watch it online, but at your own convenience. Jitu, have you watched Shawshank Redemption?
I think I have watched quite earlier.
Yeah. Watch it again with the philosophical thing. In one of the best, it is one. Incidentally, it happens to be the all-time great movie. Chan, you must have watched it, no? Don't don't let me scold you. How can you? Huh? Sorry?
So that
We watched it sometimes back.
Sometime back. It's what if you understand what is mumukshatva, what is shraddha, what is consistency of purpose, what is patience, what is intellect. Fascinating. Maida, you have watched, no? Somebody has watched. Very good. So Sarita, Maida. So
that movie,
that
Lucy movie is also very nice.
Which one?
Lucy.
Lucy, I think I watched it, but I don't recall it.
It's somewhat different way saying about intellect.
Okay. Fine, but let's not get into a movie discussion. But yeah, you can watch. But okay, Lucy, good. I'll try and see. I can watch it. I'll watch it. You can message me which platform. I'll watch it. So Shawshank Redemption, Morgan Freeman, right? Morgan Freeman is the actor. Brilliant acting, and the other guy also brilliant acting. Why I went to Shawshank Redemption is the secret is that we are all living inside a Meda. We are living inside a Sarita? Prison. We don't realize we are trying to find happiness inside the prison. We are all caught up in a prison. We don't understand the walls of time, space, causation. We are bound by the body, mind, intellect. We are lost in the quagmire of perceptions, emotions, and thoughts. We are bound by the gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas. We don't see this bondage. The spiritual person, it's like if you are living happily, you are in a golden prison. If you are suffering and living, you are in an actual prison. But we are inside the prison. So first of all, the royal secret is, hello, you are inside a prison. Outside, is the supreme primeval abode of absolute bliss. Inside, we are just fooling ourselves with some temporary pleasures, physical, emotional, worldly pleasures. So, now how to escape it? By becoming the best prisoner. When you become the best prisoner, the most unselfish prisoner without ego, the most devoted prisoner, the most intelligent prisoner, in terms of you're doing good inside the prisoner, God will come and give you the key. You open the key, the meditation, and you go out of the prison. So how do you become the best prisoner? By doing yajna dana tapa. Others may or may not know it. We are inside prison. You must feel that suffocation. You must feel that bondage, and I must get out of it. Yajna is sacrifice. Austerity, they are all connected. Gifts, so life is to give. I wish I could take a whole class on life is to give. Maybe we should. Maybe next Tuesday we'll do life is to give. But I already said royal secret. Let's see. The law of life is the more you give, the more you get. You don't give to get, but you understand if you want, better to give, but better to give because it's the right thing to do. The nightingale just sings. The flower just gives fragrance. The whole of nature gives without any charge. The only people who charge is us, and the only people who are stressed out is us. That doesn't mean you should not charge. Jyotiji, please charge. Sarita, please charge. Jitu, do your business, the dharma of business. You're a businessman, right? So
Yes.
the dharma of a businessman is to earn profits. But the dharma of a sattvic businessman is to earn profits for dhanam. You are earning wealth to help the needy. But that need not be the main goal. The main goal should be, let me create better products, let me do good services, let my employees benefit, let my clients benefit, let my customers benefit. Whatever is my field of activity, let me make it more beautiful, let me make it more attractive. So whoever needs it, whoever needs my services, they are in a better position. So you give, sacrifice. You all are related actually. Giving with insult, giving with a negative attitude, giving to the wrong people at the wrong time, like supporting a terrorist organization, giving money to teenagers who are going to use it for drugs, that is a tamasic gift. Rajasic gift is giving in for something in return. Very funny example. I gift a tube light to the temple. Please write my name, Basap Sen, donated by Basap Sen. The light is only not coming. On the tube light, donated by Basap Sen. Tube light, which will break in a second. So, I mean, I understand you want your mother's name to be known or the family name to be known, or sometimes we have to do stuff where the company name is highlighted. They also are doing business. But we want to give for our spiritual growth. So giving for return is just a worldly transaction. I have children because so that they can take care of me. It's a business transaction. Don't make life a business transaction. The life is a pilgrimage. It's neither a picnic where you just have fun. And if you're on the pilgrimage, joy will automatically come. Life is meant for yajna, dana, tapa. Give. The more you give till you feel that hurt. Mother Teresa says, give till you feel that pinch. You can give materially, you can give your emotions. For that, we need to develop good emotions, just to listen to somebody. Purity of emotions, give knowledge. The greatest gift is your own spiritual evolution. Drop your ego, drop your selfishness. Fill yourself with this knowledge of the scriptures. Fill yourself with Atma Vidya. Fill yourself with Brahma Vidya. Fill yourself with purity. First, we try to do good, then we become good. If you are already good, goodness will flow out of you. So ultimately, we need to become that embodiment of goodness, which is nothing but unselfishness. So that's giving. I'm to mixed up everything. Giving. The opposite of austerity is pampering the body, pampering the mind, pampering the intellect. There is no effort. You're all the time indulging in the world. So we need to enjoy the world, but don't get lost in it. Get lost in the see here in the verse he says a yogi, is this verse or the previous verse? This one. He says a yogi pursues the self. His vision of the self never falters. he never loses sight of the divine. Like that person who goes into the exhibition where the king said, I will be hiding in disguise. Whoever finds me becomes the king. So everybody goes into the exhibition, they get lost in the Disney world, in the Ferrari world, in the restaurants, in the movies, in the food stalls, in the Mexican and Chinese restaurant. They get involved in the worldly pleasures. But the other person so smart, he enjoys everything, but he never loses sight of his goal, that I have come here to find the king. Every chef, every waiter, every person he meets, he's thinking, can this be the king? Can this be the king? So he's not getting lost. Never loses vision. By doing what? By doing yajna, dana, tapa. I can completely get lost in physical pleasures, emotional relationships, use the intellect only to plan and scheme as how to attract name, fame, power. That's the opposite of tapas. The other is, I have physical strength, I have certain physical skill, I have some mind, emotions, temperament, I have knowledge. I can use this to make the world a better place. I can use this for the welfare of others. In and through that, you will find joy. So when you are, this is the formula, this is the law. When you're using your body, mind, intellect to do good to others, that is tapas. When you're all the time thinking how to use the world for myself, indulging in the body, mind, intellect, that is the opposite of tapas. Austerity is, see, you need the car to go from one place to another. If the car is not serviced, how will you go on that journey? You got to take care of the car. But that doesn't mean you become attached to the car and you are making the car very, very fancy. I need the car in a proper condition to continue the journey. Same thing. We need the body, mind, intellect to pursue the self. That is a totally different mindset, a vision than I don't even know I have a body, mind, intellect. I just want to go into the world and indulge. I want to go into the world and indulge, enjoy the world, not tapas. Indiscriminate indulgence or discriminate indulgence. The other is, I will take care of the body, keep it fit, indulge in physical pleasures without getting too attached to it. You have to have we need relationships. You indulge, you use the relationship to get back to the self. You see the divine, you want serve in that relationship. You use the intellect to manage yourself, to do good to the world, and also I need to get back to the self. Same thing, sacrifice. Sacrifice is an attitude of service and sacrifice. So they are all related. If you go to the real Sanskrit meaning, you may get the meaning, but ultimately, whatever I said, that is what it is. Use your physical, emotional, intellectual capacity to serve the world for my chitta shuddhi, because I want to become pure and calm so that I can contemplate upon the self and reach the self. With that, we start the 8th chapter. We don't finish the 8th chapter. Our learning always starts. That's the humility. 1 second. The Bhagavad Gita itself is like an Upanishad.
Om Tat Sat Iti Srimad-Bhagavad-Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Akshara Brahma Yogo Nama Ashtamodhyayaha.
Om, that is real. The reality is the ultimate truth. Thus, in the Upanishads, Upanishad is the highest scripture. Upanishad, near, sit, below literature is called. Near means you have to be near the Guru. Upanishad, near, sit. Sit means you have to be relatively introvert. You can't be running around and listening to the class. If you do, you will retain less. If you're sitting down and focus, the more you focus, the more you retain. Near the teacher, introvert, near, sit, below. Below means you look up to the teacher with devotion, with love. In the Upanishads of the Bhagavad Gita, the science of the eternal, it's a science, it's not superstition and all that. It's cause and effect. The scripture of the yoga, the dialogue, the conversation between Sri Krishna and Arjuna ends the 8th chapter entitled The Yoga of Imperishable Brahman. When we end the chapter, we have the humility to say that, we make a resolve that I'm not ending the chapter, I'm starting the chapter. So we'll chant the first verse again.
Arjuna Uvacha Kim च किं प्रोक्तम् अधिदैवं किमुच्यते.
Anybody has any question? The 9th chapter, Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam Yoga. Raja Vidya, Raj means royal. Vidya, royal knowledge. Raja Guhyam, Guhyam means secret. The yoga means again union. The royal knowledge, the royal secret. We are going to study, we are already studying. He again emphasizes we are studying the highest knowledge known to humanity. So inspiring, no? It is the highest knowledge known to humanity. It's a royal secret. Many people have interpreted it as you should not give it out to others because it's secret. There are two meaning of it. One is it's a secret. Where something is secret because nobody knows about it. If you tell your friend, please keep this a secret, he will also tell somebody and say, please keep this a secret. The essence of secrecy is silence. Oh God, such a difficult quality to practice. Please don't tell this to anybody. If you tell it and say, please don't tell it to anybody, that person tells another, please don't tell it to anybody. If you want to keep anything secret, just shut up. Just be quiet about it. Silence, nobody knows about it. We know our body, we know about mind, we know about the intellect, we know the world, we know about perceptions, emotions, feelings, and thoughts. We don't know what is enlivening it. We don't know about God. We don't know about the transcendental reality. Because it is unknown, we say it's kept secret. Secret doesn't mean you don't give it to others. Yes, you should not give it to people who are not adhikaris, one who is disrespecting it, one who is belittling the knowledge. There must be some sort of a devotion. Then only the teacher will impart. What a test the masters would put you through. Another movie you can watch is On a Quest, on Swami Chinmayanandaji's life. That is there in the YouTube, On a Quest. Swami Chinmayanandaji walked from Rishikesh, where you are, Sarita, to Uttarkashi, trekked 150 kilometers through the jungles. And he came to Swami Tapovan Maharaj. He said, have you brought a recommendation letter? He said, no, go back. I won't teach you. He goes back, trekked another 150 kilometers, gets the letter, again comes back 150 letters. The teacher doesn't even look at the letter. 1 year you have to just serve. And today there are students who will say, sir, I don't think you are qualified to teach the Gita. Thank you. The students judge the teacher. So whereas the real seeker, he will do anything to learn the knowledge. So secret means don't give it to anadhikaris. Those who are not interested, here and there, just expose it. Leave it. Leave the book around. Okay. Force them once in a while to come for the public yajna or for a retreat. Otherwise, leave them alone. You live spirituality, you make yourself attractive, which is not difficult. First of all, I would say be cheerful, be unselfish, be kind, be active, be dynamic, and have that inner strength to be calm under pressure. If you're calm, if you're happy, if you're kind, who will not get attracted to you? And on top of that, you have the knowledge of the self. Automatically, you have that, whatever, I don't know, some aura to attract you. It's not that we want to be attracted, but you don't want to be hated, right? You don't want to be disliked, right? Now you take the opposite, all the time crying, and sad. Your best friend will come to you for a while. As बाप रे, इसको तो help नहीं कर सकते, भगवान ही देखे उसको. You can't be sad too long. I mean, at some point you got to pick it up. I'm not at all mocking sorrow. It's a very, very sad state. But at some point you must find your strength to pick it up. Everybody is there to help. So if you're all the time sad, selfish, egoistic, all the time, getting anxiety and tension, you can't, then you will miss out. I mean, it's just the opposite of a saint who is so calm under pressure, so loving, so kind. That is what I remember Swamiji saying. What makes a person attractive, magnetic, is unselfishness. Not that I want to do good to you. Just be unselfish, genuinely caring for others. What happens to me, God will take care of it. I don't care what happens to me. The person who has put me into this stage, he will take care of me. You hand over your body, mind, intellect to God and take care of others. So each chapter has topics, and this is it's something, there was a student who asked Swamiji that how did you, very nice question he asked Swamiji, this is a couple of years back or 3 years back. But how did you figure out the topic division in the Gita? How did you figure? It's not there in the original. He said, when you are in tune with the subject, it's almost like you know what Krishna is saying. He said, when you're really in tune with the knowledge, and the knowledge speaks, it's like very in depth of what Sri Krishna is saying. So, how many topics? Four topics, 34 verses. These are short chapters. 8 chapter 28 verse, 9 chapter 34 verses. The self pervades the world. The deluded disregard the self. We should be the wise who glorify and seeking the self. It's my duty in the class. I have to glorify the self and seek it. Then we are wise. I was mentioning this topic a few minutes back. One attains what one strives for. You aspire to chase money, you will get Lakshmi. You chase success, you get success. You chase the self, you get the self. You decide what you want to strive for. One attains what one strives for. What is it? In what direction are your thoughts going? What you value? You value money, name, fame, power, position, family, etc. You strive for that. God will give you that. You strive for God Himself, you will get enlightenment. Dedicated effort leads seekers, even all of us, sorry, even the most wicked. It's a beautiful, beautiful construction. The most wicked. No, sir, you don't know how wicked I am. Even if you're the most wicked, you have a chance. Attend the classes, start living the knowledge, you will be able to realize the self. Dedicated effort leads the seeker, even the most wicked, the most unrighteous, to self-realization. We'll take up all this in the next class. I just read out the first 2 verses. The Blessed Lord said, to you who does not cavil, you are not disrespecting the knowledge, I will declare the greatest secret. You are not the body, mind, intellect, you are the self. You are not the waker, dreamer, deep sleeper, you are the self. You are living inside the prison, practice yajna, dana, tapa to escape the prison. Start by seeing Shawshank Redemption. I will give you knowledge together with wisdom. So many times, monotonously, I'll repeat the knowledge that you can't but start living it. Just listen sincerely and practice it. Which having known, you shall be free from evil. Evil means a lot of suffering, pain, agony. The royal knowledge, the royal secret, the supreme purifier, the best purifier, the best washing machine, best best washing powder, best vacuum cleaner, all that is the scripture. The best in terms of cleanliness, this is the knowledge which will clean you on the dirt of your mind, the dirt of vasanas. The supreme purifier is this. Hello. Leaving now? Yes. Bye-bye. Bye. Directly realizable. It's not difficult. You are the self. You just have to know it. Righteous, the best. Very easy to practice. Don't think it's difficult. It's just a question of time. It's like the Formula One champion saying, it's very easy to drive cars. If you've driven it for 5-10 years, what is the difficulty? Very easy to ride a cycle. Very easy to do ice skating. It's put in effort, it becomes very easy. It's not difficult. It will lead you to that one thing which is imperishable. So much of confidence is giving. Even if you're the worst human being, you just pursue the path, learn the knowledge, gain the knowledge, see a higher dimension of life. Be patient. Don't look for change. Just put in the effort, dedicated effort. Seek the higher, understand the higher. It is the supreme purifier Very easy to practice, he said. Who am I to say it's difficult? Krishna is saying very easy to practice. So we just have to try. Any questions? Okay. Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Have a nice day or have a. Maida, what time is it? Night for you? What time? 9 o'clock. What time? Anyway,